Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome. And we will open the meeting for the Jackson County Board of Supervisors for Tuesday, October 8th of 24. With us today, Don Schwanker, Ned Flagel, myself, Mike Steinitz, are your county supervisors. Lisa Smith is our county auditor. Bjorn is IT. Luann, our executive assistant, is with us this afternoon or this morning. And Mary from the Sentinel, she does not have her sidekick with her this morning, so we welcome.
She's on vacation, actually. What's going on this picture?
You start a week, you get to go on vacation a week. Okay, so. And first on our agenda this morning is Jaden Shekel, our Jackson County engineer. Good morning.
Good morning. First thing on the agenda is, first and only thing, it's a utility permit for CenturyLink. It is on along West Summit Street. There was a pole that was damaged by some storm that came through, don't know how long ago, but they need to replace the utility pole and about 50 foot of copper cable. So pretty invasive, I guess.
No
So
On the west summit?
it's in the county, or it's in the county, but it's right on.
Okay, I'm just like, where does west summit stop and why
Right
are we hearing about this?
It's actually on 33rd
Yeah, I
Street.
guess if you want to be technical, yes, it's probably on 33rd Street, but it's right there at the
Okay,
city limits.
site limits and all that, very good, I mean, it's slow, so motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve utility permit for CenturyLink as presented. All those in favor say aye. Aye, opposed, same sign.
That's the one in your yard?
Motion carried.
Yes, that was done several months ago.
I got
At least they got the permit.
it.
Late, but better than not at all. Just wanted to give an update. So if you remember last winter, when we went out for bids for equipment, we elected to sell our Volvo on, or auction it off on our auction service versus trading it just due to the trade value we got. Well, that is listed. It's been listed for the last 6 weeks and it actually bids. The final day is tomorrow. And right now it's at like $26,500 right now. And tomorrow it's expected the last day of auction.
What was trade?
23,000.
Okay.
So
Nice.
even after, there is an auction fee that we have, for their
Mhm.
service that we have to provide. Even after that percentage is taken off, we're still now ahead of what the trade value was. So curious to see what it brings tomorrow. Rick and myself are gonna watch it the last few minutes nonstop and refresh the screen.
One of you bidding
Was
on
it
it? or
just
what?
on the-
What's that listed for?
Like
Site?
Big Iron auction. Yeah, if you just go to search and just search for motor graders, it'll bring you right to it. So just wanted to give you guys an update, I guess, where that's at right now, since that's something once again new to Jackson County that's never been done before, at least to my knowledge. So just wanted to keep you guys updated on how that's progressing.
Just so you know that you log into Big Iron, you get about 4 emails a day on Big Iron.
I'm already on Big Iron.
And you don't have to log in to see it.
Yeah.
Log in to bid though.
So how do you get paid?
Big Iron will,
So they ACH or send you a check or?
I think they will, yeah, I have to work through that yet.
And, sorry, I got a couple of questions. So it's still here, right?
Correct, yep.
And they're gonna come to the shop and they're gonna load it and,
I believe whoever buys it will either, they themselves will come and get it, or they hire
Send a truck.
a trucking outfit to come and get it.
I would make sure that they have insurance.
That's on there.
If something happens, it's on our property. If you load it on our property and something
We'll
happens.
move it to the street.
I'm just saying,
Put it on City Street.
Yeah, there you
We met with the Concrete Paving Association yesterday. We looked at Bernard Road as it relates to looking at a concrete overlay for that road, and they looked at it and it is a viable candidate, so I do want to pursue looking at that road or do a concrete overlay for that road.
Which one is it, I'm sorry?
Bernard Road, so. and it's
The south
stretch.
Yeah, I
from
drove it yesterday.
E17 to Crabtown Bridge. So it's about 3.5 mile stretch, so to me, it's like, that's perfect one to, knowing that this road is a candidate, that's the it's, it's not like we're talking an 8 mile stretch, since it's only 3.5, that's the perfect chance to try. It's not that it's new, I mean, there's other counties that do this every year, so.
So we will know the difference on the bids beforehand, is that
I
correct?
do a cost estimate once we start doing.
Cost estimate, but you won't bid it either way?
No,
Will
no,
you
bid, be bid
okay,
only one way.
Okay.
But we have enough history with what our asphalts, we've always done asphalt.
Sure.
We have enough history of what
Sure,
that
what
would.
that costs.
Mhm. So right now I'm doing our, for HSIP for fiscal year 26, just like we did last year for Z34 for paved shoulders. I'm gonna apply for HSIP money for Bernard Road to have paved shoulders, the shoulder rumbles, centerline rumbles, wider pavement markings, stuff like that, so.
Absolutely.
I have to have bid items and a cost estimate, so I have to start knowing that, okay, since this is a candidate for concrete overlay, start my bid items appropriately for that, since it won't be asphalt. So have to have that submitted by November 15th, which that's why I'm starting it now, to make sure I get it all, make sure I have everything completed that needs to be done, but. Just want to give an update on that since we talked about that last week.
Just as a curiosity, when are we gonna do the E17 cut from Andrew to 61? Wasn't that?
That is planned for fiscal year 28, I believe.
Okay, because that seemed to be another road that might be.
They've been doing some patching.
Well,
It's been patched a lot.
Yeah.
Well, and they
Yeah.
did ask when they were here, because we toured, so after, for fiscal year 26 is the south half of Bernard
Yeah.
Road. The following year, fiscal year 27 is the north half,
Right.
so we looked at both of those stretches, it's the same. And I said, well, the next upcoming projects we have, the roadway section is very similar to what these are, so. I mean, they can come look at as far as pavement condition too, but they're very similar as far as, the layout of the road, what's the roadway width, how much shoulder is there to work with, all that, so it'd be pretty typical, I guess, of what we would go forward with. We'll just have to see. I have a feeling that some of the future fiscal year overlay projects will get all pushed back a year, just because depending on what our Z34 overlay comes in at, and with Y31 or the Bernard Road, the south half, we may be pushing our maximum borrow ahead in our FM account. So to let that build up a year, we may not take a year off from projects, but maybe we do a few more fog seals, where it's a lesser dollar amount, let the funds accumulate and then continue on with overlays.
Okay.
That'll be discussions for
Yeah.
5-year program stuff, but. Last thing I just wanted to mention about washboards, so. Due to the lack of rain, we're we understand, or we're all aware the gravel roads are washboardy. The guys are trying to do what they can to level them off. We always get requests about cutting them out, and it is possible to cut them out, but on the backhand, or on the flip side of that, the material there isn't moisture to get it compacted, so you're just filling it with loose material. It's gonna be prone to even more washboarding, so it's a very temporary fix, but we're aware, I guess there's washboards, and with being in the prime time of harvest season too, there's a lot of traffic out there, so it's a bunch of things working against us, but we're aware of the washboards. We're doing what we can, and just hopefully we can get rain sometime, but it's not looking like in the next 10 days, we're not gonna see any, so just wanted to make everybody aware that we are aware of it, and it's.
I'm aware of it too. I was on my list. They are.
Beat you to it.
They are what, but I knew it was dry and I knew, yeah, so again,
And the guys are out, since we're done with the reclaim, they're finally trying to get caught up on doing some ditching work that's been pushed back. They're doing some patching, so we got other tasks too going on, but we are aware of the washboards. Nonetheless, so
So you're working on it
correct,
best you can.
best we can.
and
And
again,
the hills are gonna be the worst.
Yeah.
Which we have a lot of those.
Hills going from intersection.
Mhm.
again, just so the public, please, if you're listening, beware of the farmer traffic. They are moving much slower than a car or we had a horrible report yesterday again from Clinton County. So, just again, beware and slow down a little bit. Give them some room. So,
That the farmers, as they're transporting big equipment from one field to the other, just make sure your lights are cleaned off. It's really dirty, it's really dusty. It's really easy for them to get covered up or at least dimmed because of that fact. So make sure that they are as visible as they can be when they're out on the road, because we see what can happen.
Mhm.
well, we appreciate it, Jaden. Again, I noticed that maybe there's a restroom that got left behind on 250th. It's been
It's now
sitting
gone.
there It's gone.
It's gone. I looked this morning, so my consistent nagging, I guess, if you want to call it that, has paid off. 'Cause it's not
I
gone.
was gonna stop using it one day, but it was on over, so I just stopped.
Maybe somebody thought you were in it, that's why it's laying over.
No, it was
I
late.
kept it over just for you.
All right,
Thank you.
thanks, Jaden. Any questions for Jaden? All right, thank you.
Yep.
All right, moving along here on our agenda, are there any visitors or citizens either via Zoom or in person? I don't see any, so we will move on to, we're a little ahead of schedule. Lisa, are you available, or is that something you need to wait?
Nope, that's
Nope.
fine. This morning I need a motion to approve the minutes of the October 1st, 2024 board proceedings as written by Auditor Smith and authorized publication in the official newspapers.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve the minutes of the October 1st, 2024 board proceedings and publication as necessary. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye opposed, motion carried.
Need a motion to approve and authorize the auditor's office to issue warrants in the publication of the claims listing in the amount of $417,416.53.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve the claims as presented. All those in favor, say aye. Aye opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Need a motion to accept, place on file, and authorize the chair and auditor signatures on the county recorder's report of fees collected for the month of September 2024 in the amount of $30,430.92.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve the chair signature on the county recorder's report in the amount presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
I need a motion to approve a special Class C retail native wine license with outdoor service to Iowa Grapevine Winery LLC at 18345 55th Street, Macokota, effective November 15th, 2024 through November 14th, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second to approve special Class C retail native wine license with outdoor service to Iowa Grapevine Winery LLC as presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye opposed. Motion carried.
There was a law change several years ago that dealt with the cumulative total purchase price of things that county employees can purchase if you own a company of your own. Iowa law went from $1,500 in a year to $6,000 a year. So this morning, I'm asking for a motion to approve the updated Jackson County Conflict of Interest policy from a cumulative total purchase price of $1,500 to $6,000. And that is something, so I just took the existing policy, took the 1,500 out, put in 6,000.
I didn't correct it. I didn't catch the private part of that. What was?
So we have employees that have, maybe their spouse has a business.
Oh, okay.
or-
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Right, and this is something that we give to the state auditor.
Sure, so there ain't conflict.
Right.
Yeah.
So I just increased the price from 1,500 to 6,000.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve the Jackson County Conflict of Interest Policy change. All those in favor say aye. Aye opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
That's all that I have for the board today.
Thank you. And at this time, Ruth, our Jackson County Veterans Affairs Administrator. Good morning, Ruth. Good morning. Little ahead of schedule and you're right on time and
Just how I like to be. So good news, Trisha and I both passed our NACDSO testing that
we
we
had
had.
no doubt.
Yeah.
You're bona fide.
Congratulations.
You're bona fide.
Yeah.
Thank you. So now we are, now that we have that certification, we have submitted to the VA for that accreditation. So that could take up to 90 days before they get back to us, and then we have to do the background check and head to Des Moines to get the PIV cards. So, but we're on our way, headed that direction. Lucy will take her recertification test in November. So then we should all be pretty close to where we need to be. Our office is going to have some updated hours the middle of October. So October 14th through the 18th, we will be open from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday through Friday due to the training in Des Moines. So that will be that fall school training. Lucy will be there. We will also have updated office hours October 21st through the 25th, and that will be 9:30 to 3:30. We'll post all these hours on our Facebook page. We'll put it on our doors so that way people will know when we're open and when they can come. We currently have veterans and or surviving dependents receiving benefits totaling $764,731 in Jackson County. So that's a nice number. I'm glad we're able to do that for our veterans. We had 10 claims decided in September, and we have 71 open claims awaiting decision. So they're getting filed. We're just waiting for the decisions to be made. On November 5th, we'll be celebrating Jackson County receiving a designation as a home base Iowa County. I'm sure you've seen the signs. The celebration will be held with the Wednesdays Are Possible. This designation is going to help to provide veterans with incentives to relocate to our county. So
Did you say November?
November
6th?
5th. Is that
November is a Tuesday, that's election day.
November 6th?
Six, well, yeah.
Sorry, I apologize. Wednesday in November, so not on Tuesday. Please don't go. That wouldn't work well.
You're busy.
I apologize for that.
And you will send an email out.
Yes, I'll send emails out. Yeah, reminding people. I would imagine we would have some flyers that would be coming out from Iowa Bridge and things like that. So we'll be on the lookout for those. And hopefully I have this date right. November 8th, our office, Jackson County Veterans Affairs, that should be a Friday. We will be hosting a Veterans Day program at the Hurstville Interpretive Center. So they were kind enough to let us use their community room. We will be having a guest speaker from Step of Faith Canines. They are a nonprofit organization that trains service dogs, and they're heavily involved with the veteran community. So they'll bring some dogs. They're going to talk about their work. We're going to provide some outreach items. We got these really neat winter hats because I figured winter's coming. So we have them embroidered with Jackson County Veterans Affairs and then Jackson County next to them. So those will be a handout for our veterans. So hopefully we'll have some veterans that come and get to, pet some dogs and hear about a neat service organization and just learn a little bit more too about what we can offer, kind of get our names out there and make a little bit of an
You
effort.
need one of them cover.
So at least these would be nice.
Oh, there was Brad.
We got stretchy ones, so.
I think
Yes,
of
so
that
those
one.
are very nice. And then we did also order some more pens. We got them in orange. We thought that would be a good way to bring a little more, don't lose your pen. And we put our address on there as well as our phone number, because a lot of people still don't know where we are. So we thought that would be nice. But that's all I really have for you. So do you have any questions or?
No, we,
Congratulations.
yeah, we sure appreciate you getting that done and congratulations on the designation. We
Thank
appreciate it.
you.
Anything we can move forward and tout our own horn or blow our own horn. and-
We're trying to get our name out there and let people know who we are, but I'll give each a pen. Get a gift today.
That's a lot better than that chiropractic one I got.
There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Have a great day.
Yep, already.
It's fine.
Okay, Luann, are you available?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, calendar this week. Tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. is KMAQ's Just Talk program, and Lynn is going to be doing this program. At 1 o'clock is a 0 to 5 and 60 minutes meeting by Zoom for Lynn. 4 to 6 o'clock tomorrow is the Ports of Eastern Iowa Authority Board meeting in Moline. I'm not sure who's going to that yet, and I don't think it's any of you, so that's just
Well, we have to
FYI.
appoint somebody or send somebody.
You do?
So, we talked about this before and we had a little bit of discrepancy here about who can be on that board. At one time, we had determined that it could
You
be
were at that meeting.
Yeah,
elected.
it said it could not be an elected
Yeah,
official.
and then the email back is like, no, I don't know why, I don't know where you got that idea. From Rick's mouth.
Right, yes, it's very
So-
specific.
I don't know. Does one of you two wanna go? Just to see, or-
I am not available.
I could not go.
I can't.
We'll have to
We'll send
read the
Brad.
minutes.
All right, also, tomorrow at 4 p.m. is the Veterans Affairs Commission meeting downstairs in the committee room for any of you that want to go to that. Thursday, October 10th at 11 o'clock, which is an hour earlier than usual, is the Jackson County Area Tourism Association meeting by Zoom. For any of you that want to go to that, it's usually Mike. And then I put it on here, for Sunday and Monday, the Iowa Department of Veterans Affairs Fall Training and event. I don't think any of you are actually going to that. I put it on here in case, but I haven't heard from anybody that's going to that. Maybe Ruth is going to that, but none of you have asked me about it, so.
Thursday, there's also a REAP assembly meeting out here at the Interpretive Center. 7 p.m. maybe.
Okay,
I've got it in my calendar, but I think it's the annual.
they only meet once a year.
Yeah.
The REAP assembly is only once a year.
I think it's their big meeting, yeah. So that's Thursday.
And that's for you, as it's chair of the board that.
Yeah.
Goes to that. Okay, Monday, October 14th, from 6 to 8 p.m. is Macocata Chambers Community Forum over at the chamber offices for any of you that wanted to go to that. And our next regular meeting will be on Tuesday, October 15th at 9 a.m. In terms of, I have a couple of appointments to deal with today for business. The first is to accept the resignation of Jim Wattel, who resigned effective September 26th from the Civil Service Commission after 3 years.
Have a motion and a second, to approve the resignation of Jim Watchell from the Civil Service Commission with regrets. All those in favor say aye. Aye, opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
And second appointment I'm dealing with is, since Todd is now no longer our county engineer, I'm looking to have the board appoint Jaden Shekel to the 911 Service Board as Jackson County's alternate representative.
Have you spoke to Jaden
I did.
and he agreed?
I didn't ask him. I spoke to him.
And I didn't know who was supposed to be the appointee, if that was designated in the, or not.
It has always been the county engineer.
Okay.
As long as I've been here, it's always been the county engineer.
Got
So
it, yeah, so
I
it
I can look at the code if you want, but it's always been the county engineer, and he said, all right, so.
Okay.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to appoint Jaden Shekel to the 911 Service Board as Jackson County alternate. All those in favor say aye.
Alright.
Aye, opposed, same sign. Motion carried. May I ask who if he's the alternate to who?
You,
Okay,
he's the alternate to you.
I thought you were my alternate.
It's a double alternate, actually. It's Don and the county engineer. Don't ask me why that is.
Anybody can fill your shoes up.
Yeah, they ain't very big, but But you have filled in for me
Yeah.
other times and run the meeting for me, so yeah, that's what I don't know who he's filling in for.
This
Is there like
is-
first alternate, second alternate?
Well, only in that particular position for some reason, so I'm not
So
sure.
you call Jaden first?
I called Jaden first,
Okay.
yes.
cool.
I don't have. Alright, sorry about the confusion there.
It's another one of those deals where the entity appoints the representatives and the supervisor just have to approve it. So in this case, you're the entity, so.
Okay.
Okay,
That's all I have. Yeah,
alright, thank you, have a good day. And I see Brett Kilberg, our Jackson County Sheriff, has arrived. Are you available, Brett?
Yep.
Good morning.
Morning. How are you guys?
Good,
Awesome.
Good.
good enough.
And I'm assuming you guys already have the paperwork on the miles.
We do.
Yep. All right. So yeah, they've just, it originally started with Preston, years ago, they had them. And then, Preston, they dropped their contract with Preston and Preston dropped them, I guess I should say. So then they contacted us about doing the contract with them. So that's what we were doing was I believe it's $75 an hour contract with them. They considered going to with whatever the rest of the townships were doing. But they, since then, Preston and them have mended their fence and they've decided to work together again and do that, which is better for them, better for us because we were having a hard time staffing it anyway, with the deputies were working it on their off-duty hours. And because of their schools, they've got their elementary school in Miles, which feeds into their junior high and high school in Preston, so it only made sense that they go back together on that, so.
So you need action on that? Correct?
I believe so, yeah.
So it says.
Yep.
Motion to approve dissolution of contract with law enforcement services for Miles.
Second that.
Motion and a second for the dissolution as presented. All those in favor say aye. Aye, opposed, same sign. Motion carried. With that being said, how is our remaining contracts going with small cities, towns? Do we have them all in place?
I'd have to double check, but I think so.
Okay.
I think we have them now. So, but I'd have to double check that.
Good.
So,
Cool.
Any other updates, concerns, questions for Brent? All right. Thank you. Have a great day.
yep, thanks. You guys too.
And moving right along, we have Lori Rowling, our Jackson County zoning administrator. Good morning.
You guys are making record speed today.
Well, we got things to do.
I can
We'll
tell
see.
you.
keep it
Let's see
going.
I will. I'm not gonna impede progress.
Don't be stopping the line.
I will not. So let's start with just a quick update. I had Ruth, got Ruth on the brain, head back up. I just saw Ruth in the hallway a minute ago. I had her compare permits for the third quarter of 23 and 24. And third quarter 20, 34, 19. We had 14 permits last year in the third quarter, 34 this year in the third quarter.
Permits for
Zoning permits, porches, decks,
construction.
construction.
Perfect.
Uh-huh.
Keep
So.
moving. I mean, to me, that means improvements, revenue, taxation, maybe. We don't like anybody to get taxed any more than what they need to be, but we'd like the idea of improvements. you know?
Oh, absolutely. So, the bulk of them have been in residential zoned properties, so. Yeah. Yeah, so, yeah, we've had some movement. I gotta just share a quick phone call from Leisure Lake that I got. Was it yesterday or Friday? It was Friday. Anyway, a guy had been out and he says, the property owner told me to call you as soon as I got this last car off his property. I just hauled off 11 cars. He says he's getting fined every day for all these cars. I'm like, okay, not from us, he's not. But anyway, so we have another property that's gonna be cleared off. Well, they would knock off our list, so we're seeing some progress out there still. It's a little slow in some cases, but we've seen over 50% of the properties that have been warned, cited, whatever, cleaned off. So we're probably about 60% compliance right now out there. All righty, just to let you know where we were on that. I heard when I was in here earlier, it reminded me, we're gonna have a vacancy on our Board of Adjustment come December. And we have talked about that a few months ago. Abby Schuler's resigning. We're not required by code to have anything specific there, other than it has to be somebody that lives outside of the incorporated city limits. Abby is a realtor who brought a lot of knowledge and different perspectives to that board. The one thing that could be even better, like the cherry on top, would be an attorney. That would be my dream person to have on the Board of Adjustment. But the problem is it has to be an attorney that lives outside of an incorporated city limits in Jackson County, which I've been hounding that only one that I can find that meets that criteria, and he's so busy that he just can't
Oh,
do
there's
it.
one that works in Dubuque that lives in Jackson County, northern Jackson County, I believe.
That lives in the country?
Mhm.
Okay. Is it initials JA?
Mhm.
No, it's Dubuque.
That's what?
He lives in Dubuque. I'm pretty sure that his property falls in just on that Dubuque County line. I'll look. Okay, all right.
That's
I've
just come to
been-
the top of my
I've
head.
been wrong before.
No, really?
Uh-huh.
And you said it?
I said.
Remember, this is on video, Terry's watching.
You said it? And you said it? You were wrong?
This is recorded.
No, I said I had been wrong before. Anyway, I'll look that up and we'll know. And he might even be retired, right? Or not?
I'm not sure.
Okay, but that would be, yeah. Well, look. Thank you. Okay, next week, I'm gonna be gone. I'm gonna have a minor subdivision come before you guys on next Tuesday. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have everything we need to do to complete it. So, I'd probably, if it's okay, have Becca just present that minor subdivision. And all the checks will be done. We'll have everything done through the auditor's office.
We have
And-
not seen any info on that yet. though.
Oh, no, you
Okay,
haven't.
yeah,
No.
okay.
No, I have a week yet.
Yep.
So.
Okay.
And the other thing, I don't know if you've gotten any phone calls or emails. I have people that are wanting to see that draft, the final draft ordinance for the wind energy conversion system.
Sure.
So, I'm hoping today or sometime early tomorrow, we'll have any feedback from the county attorney's office. So, that's what I've been telling people. My goal was to have it out by Wednesday when the public notices come out, because that's what the public notice says it will be available.
Is the current draft online on the new website?
It's the most current draft. that's sitting there.
Most current draft.
Yeah,
It's
which
a
does
draft.
not cover,
Right,
it doesn't cover anything that was,
yeah.
Talked
So
about.
that's what the questioning is, yeah. So
Yeah. and it's dated.
setbacks and whatnot.
Right, oh my gosh, there were some major changes made to the draft, in this.
Since that draft that's out
Oh,
there.
yeah, that September 9th meeting, there was a whole lot of movement.
I'm not so
on-
sure I can go anywhere without somebody asking me.
I can't,
And
I
spending an hour on the phone with people.
uh-huh, and the emails I'm
Every day.
getting now,
It's interesting. There was an
yeah.
article in the TH again about Dubuque County redoing theirs, yeah,
Okay.
front page.
Okay, I haven't stayed up with them.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'd be faster to read the paper or.
It's interesting on some of the things that what was said, some of the, it's on the front page, so.
Okay, I'll have to take a look. We subscribe. I subscribe to that, so. Okay, did my leisure lake, did my department update.
I
we
mean,
talked
just a
about
quick
board
update on that.
adjustment.
They're combining some of theirs, and I think we're doing the right thing by doing them separate. The solar, the wind, the battery storage, whatever it may be. I think we're doing the right thing by doing it separate.
Well. Yeah, it's working for us, I guess. So, I don't know if anything.
Doing them separate is more work, but I think it's more.
But there's
you can-
different,
things don't get lost in the quagmire,
Mhm.
verbiage and
Mhm.
all that kind of
Well-
stuff.
450 pages, and you know what's on 453, so,
Oh, you're doing something from national perspectives now. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so let's get to that possible nuisance violation. You guys
Mhm.
got copies of that. You had the complainant and then his friend that also wrote a letter. And just so you know, these are the calls for service between the complainant and the other guy that goes back, it's, there's a lot of back and forth. This is complaints from the sheriff's office going back many years. Just, so, you know, I'm not saying that the complainant doesn't have a valid complaint against his next door neighbor. But I'm just waiting to see what the next complaint from that next door neighbor is gonna be on the complaint. So it's a lot of back and forth. It always, yeah, it still amazes me, the people that think that using county government to solve their little neighborhood rifts or get county government involved in their neighborhoods rifts is a good idea, but yeah,
I
this
mean,
is
to me,
been-
some of this is more civil than, you know, yeah, it's
Yeah.
neighbors that don't get along, basically.
I know, and then too, but if there's dead animals, we
If that's an issue, there's certainly.
we need to do something about it.
That's right.
So, but I'm bringing that towards for you guys. And if you do choose to go forward with this, I would ask that we try to do it just with the letter, phone call, say, hey, we got this. Let's see if we can get this resolved in the next 30 days before going on with additional action.
Okay,
We good with
appreciate it.
that?
Yeah, keep us updated on that and whatever else is going on. I know there's several things going on and
Yeah,
we'll take it front of them.
okay. I'll be in my office all morning if
I
you
may
guys
stop
are
in.
bored.
I may stop in the office. You're gonna
Okay.
be there this morning.
Okay,
All right,
thank you.
thanks. Have a good day. All right, we're down to Lisa, we've done, Luann, we've done, boards or commissions. We did have a 911 last week. Yeah, you know, there's several things going on with that. So the state and whatnot are rewriting the surcharges for cell phones, if you will, or phone service lines. Hasn't been changed for like 30 years. So it was at $1 and they're thinking $1.20 or something for that. Just because of revenue and such. We have generator problems. That's our backup for 911 service center. And so that's being repaired. We have, there's actually a lot of stuff going on. If you have time, read the minutes anyway. It's a little more detailed about what's all happening there, but you know, not everybody is interested, but to let everybody know, we do have, the new radios for EMS and fire. So it's just a matter of programming, training. Again, it's a little different animal. So, and it's not something that you use every 20 minutes or hour. So it's like you use once a week. There's an extensive amount of training that probably needs to go to that. And we're considering, how many people we can send to train. So we have more than just somebody that knows a little more about it. So we talked about it extensively, and so now we're looking into maybe we have enough local interest that maybe we can get a trainer to come here instead of send them to Chicago or wherever we need to do. So it was a good idea and programming and training and such like that, so we can reprogram as we need it. You know more about it than I do, Nan, but it's a different animal with these new radios. When you still have the VHS
Well,
system.
and that's what makes it a little bit more,
Yeah, you
you know,
got
if
the
we were
VHS system
just
in price.
totally switching to the new radios 100%, it wouldn't be as big of a training nightmare as trying to, you know, switching to the new system would be very costly and nobody could afford that.
And
So we're trying
it's tough for emergency management to put that all on themselves to
Right.
get the training and then
Trying to
satisfy
work into
everybody
all
else,
that.
and yeah, it's,
So
anyway.
trying to teach people what frequencies they have
Work
to
in
go
progress,
on.
and it's one of them things like we talked, you gotta have it. So we have to have it. I don't know, when the RTA board meeting was canceled last week, I don't know that I had any other thing.
I went down to the senior meeting that
Yeah,
they had.
yeah, appreciate that.
Lot of talk on just different things that they're looking at or trying to do there. They did give us an update that about 100 people, there's about 100 visits, not necessarily different people. 100 visits per month between the two buildings, Bellevue and Macokota. That's
Are
kind
you
of,
talking meals then, or are you talking just
They don't serve meals anymore.
they
Oh,
don't do
yeah.
meals. It's-
either
it's-
place? I thought Bellevue
It's
still
their
did.
physical, kind of they do
Get to get-
classes like chair exercises and different things like that.
Is-
They did talk, there's 2 different quilting clubs that meet down at our center now. Just a group of ladies meet, and then they also have the town and country quilters that meet. But they had a new one that started within the last 3 months. Meeting down there, they used to meet in a church basement and kind of got rerouted out of there, and they've set up down there now. Since their 3 months of being down there, they actually gained 2 new members of joining their club down there. Next year is a 45th year celebration. So they're trying to figure out different things to do for that.
Building? What's this? What is
For
celebrating?
this
Senior center
senior center
in operation?
operations functioning. It is true that they are possibly going to be looking at wanting to change some things with us, but I'll wait to see what they have to say there.
Senior center or NEI 3A?
NEI 3A.
Is NEI 3A involved quite a bit down there
So
with
at
this?
at this meeting, they were not there except for Kimberly was kind of their,
Okay.
kind of,
employee.
she's an
Right.
employee, but kind of talking about what there's kind of 2 different perspectives of what the seniors would like to have go on and what Kimberly can offer through NEI.
So
3A,
if I
so-
remember correctly, when Kimberly got that position, she was more in the nutrition side of it.
She is in the nutrition, so health and wellness, fitness.
Okay,
She does chair exercises. She can kind of talk to you about good meals and what's a well-balanced meal and what you need to have and stuff like that. But she can't actually like go and fix you meals, or she can't organize events for down there. If she does that, she's in trouble with her boss, which is kind of what some of the people were wanting, is for her to kind of be the head. So, and we talked with just the elderly there a little bit about the seniors there, about what, if these changes go on that Kimberly was talking about, then, what that could mean on our side of it also, so. Which
well, we'll see how that goes. Yeah, if we
Right.
need to be involved, we'll be involved as much as we need to be or can be, and
Right.
I don't know what the status of the future is of
And-
NEI 3A,
I guess kind of from Kimberly's side, what she was saying was that the state makes per their law, I don't think I wrote down what she said that number was, but so if Kimberly is offering something here in Macokota, NEI 3A needs to make sure that it's being offered in all their other areas. Also, she can't just have this great program, which, what was the one class she said she had 3 of them, she wanted to host a 4th one. And they're like, no, we have to host it other places because,
Tai Chi.
yeah, Tai Chi was going good here. But she wanted to do a 4th class and they're like, no, you have to go into Dubuque County and offer a 4th class
So we need more regulations.
so.
Mhm.
That was sarcastic. We need less regulations.
But that's kind of where a lot of that was coming from, was that they're kind of pulling their workers to go different places, so.
Okay, anything else before the board this morning?
And there is a meeting October 10th at 2:30 a Zoom that talks about senior buildings and grants and fundings that are available to help improve buildings, so. Or I would try to make it down to watch that with them.
Appreciate it. And then you had the opportunity to go down there. I couldn't quite get there that morning and appreciate that. So again, any other business before the board?
Second.
Motion and second to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye opposed. Motion carried. Meeting adjourned. Thank you.